Respected Dr. S.P. Majumdar, Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor Dr. Swati Majumdar, VC Gauriji, Symbiosis International Vice Chancellor Dr. Vidya, Rasul Pukoti ji, Mohit Soni ji, Ashish ji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Let me thank Dr. Swati Majumdar and Dr. Majumdar for giving me this opportunity to be here amongst you today. It gives me the insight, the logic behind putting up the skills and professional university by the Symbiosis, and also gives me the platform to listen to the industry leaders, because this is the time where India has to play a very important role as far as the media and entertainment industry is concerned. So I'll come to that in the later part of my address. So it feels great to be around youngsters, millennials, Generation Y and everyone else who carries the energy and attitude to be a youngster, oozing with ideas and the will to act and push for country of 1.3 billion people towards the transformation. India is a land of dreamers and aspirations. It holds within itself immense capacity to embark on fresh endeavors to realize our country's collective ambition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's enthusiasm for technology has provided an oasis of opportunities to give wings to the ambition of youngsters living out beyond turbulent times and toward triumphs. This often reflects in the manner in which the government over the past 8 years have gone all out towards making India technologically advanced. The Government of India acknowledges and appreciates the exhilarating energy, enthusiasm and emotions of the youth. Prime Minister Modi's ambition to empower the youth of the country has been realized by the Skill India mission that aims to train 40 crore youth in the market-relevant skills in sunrise and underdeveloped sectors in India. And 40 crore is a big number if you look at globally. It may cover many countries at one go, maybe entire Europe. So that is the kind of size and scale we are talking about. And that is why institutes like Symbiosis and others have to play a very, very important role. So Symbiosis Skills and Professional University has made noteworthy contributions to this mission by creating industry-ready youth in high-growth sectors of automobile, mechatronics, construction, data science, cybersecurity, logistics, retail, digital media, and many others. I'm happy to note that Symbiosis Skills and Professional University has a School of Digital Media and Marketing offering an undergrad program in this sector. The response of the students of this program is heartening to see. Today the media landscape has changed. Gone are the days when news came on radio, when only editors decided that what was newsworthy for your morning print papers and broadcasters set the topic of debate on TV shows. Today, the rise and access of digital media has brought about diversity of opinion, greater speed of information, and the exploding challenge of fake news. And when I talk about fake news, we have seen during the pandemic time, it was more of infodemic rather than pandemic. So the world over, not only India, world over, that was a challenge. So digital media is a blend of technology and content that is primarily infused by consumers and creators of that content. India proudly commands and seamlessly connects all these realms and is a leader in many aspects. Driven by technology, media and entertainment includes everything from cutting-edge special effects developed for movies, virtual reality gaming, augmented reality, new delivery channels for news, music and advertising. In fact, this sector is undergoing a rapid change fueled by young innovators and the years ahead are likely to be the most interesting times of for the mankind. With more than 500 million internet subscribers, our country is one of the largest and fastest growing markets for digital consumers. India offers to the world a young aspirational demographic market that is online, and with another 400 million about to log on, which in itself is a huge, unlike any other market in the world. A significant contributor to the Indian economy, the media and entertainment industry is making serious headway regarding representation on screen because of a rapid media and entertainment digital transformation from video sharing mobile apps, on-demand streaming TV, OTT content marketing to artificial intelligence solutions. It has created and contributed to what is now being called the creative economy the world over. Radio, film, and entertainment industry has a huge employment opportunity as we leapfrog into the digital era of quality content creation. For the past 2 days, I was at Ekta Nagar, where we have the Statue of Unity next to the Narmada River. Not only we had the youth affairs and the sports ministers, as sir mentioned, why youth affairs? In many states it is called youth services, at center it is called youth affairs, Yuva Karyakram or Khel Mantralaya. So we had the ministers from all over, from all the states, youth affairs and sports ministers, deliberating upon how youth can play a very important role in the nation building process, how sports could be the soft power for the country, not only to win medals, but also to create the sports infrastructure across the country and also to win more medals in the coming years. It should become the hub rather than the followers. We should lead in that direction. I'll talk about at some other time when Vidyaji will call me to her university. Today Swatiji has called. So one by one I'll go to every your other institutes also. But why I talked about Ekta Nagar, because in that remote area where entire area is a tribal area, you have to see the 90 FM Unity Radio, which is a community radio station started by none other than the tribals. It is the tribal girls and boys who run it, and that is the state-of-the-art center. For example, also here the kind of skill centers, Swatiji, you have created. It is one of the finest because I've been leading the Indian delegation of MPs to Germany, US and other parts of the world. And I've seen in Germany they have the dual education system, and I've been talking from the opposition days that we should have the dual education system in the country and how our students should spend more time on the labs, physical activities, more learning on the machines rather than the classrooms. How do we bridge the gap between the industry and our educational systems? And I'm glad you have done it. My heartfelt thanks to you and the entire Symbiosis Skills and Professional University. अभी तो मैंने ताली मरवाई, मैं बाद में मांगने वाला भी हूँ. So I'll come back to what I've been talking about, the media and entertainment sector. On Film Training Institute, FTI and SRFTI, Rasulji has, been here for a few years at FTI, if I'm right, way back in 1995, is it? 92 to 95. So it's one of the prestigious institutes we have. But with the change of the time, how we can contribute more? How do we change the curriculum? How do we catch up with the changing times, the technology? That is very, very important. And that is why Dr. Majumdar earlier said, is it only the education or it has to be the skills which will make you employable? I mean, that is a challenge we face today, but I see that as an opportunity. Like Prime Minister said, Aapada mein avsar dekhna hai. So you may see it as challenging times. I see it as an opportunity because India could become the world's largest skilled manpower, world's largest skilled workforce. And for that, many other such institutes must come across the country, not only in the big cities, but also in the tier 2 and the remote areas. If we have to check on the migration, we need to contribute, skill them, and employ them in their own states, and that will be very, very useful. So as far as our film and training institutes are concerned, they run regular as well as short-term courses skill upgradation in films and TV sector. We are also exploring new partnerships with the private sector to ensure Indian students are in tune with the upcoming tech trends in the sector. My ministry aims to connect the international viewers with the choices that are emerging for the new India as the media and entertainment ecosystem in a sunrise sector expected to generate 4 lakh crores annually by 2025. And when I talk about this figure, many globally raise a question mark, is it? Then I tell him the next thing, that by 2030, India will be $100 billion industry in the media and entertainment sector. So in just a span of 6 years, you can understand where are we going to reach. But do we have enough skilled manpower? जब मैं रेलवे स्टेशन से स्वाति जी के साथ आ रहा था, मैं कि मुझे समझ में नहीं आता हैदराबाद ज़्यादा तेजी के साथ बढ़ रहा है कि पुणे ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा है. हर बार आओ कुछ नई बिल्डिंग्स, नई इमारत खड़ी हो रही होती, लेकिन प्लानिंग हमारे देश में शायद वो अगले 100 साल के बारे में कोई सोचता नहीं है कि शहर को पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम क्या चाहिए, बाकी सुविधाएं क्या चाहिए, केवल इमारतें खड़ी करने से कुछ नहीं होगा. और मैंने भी एवीजीसी सेक्टर में केवल एक नई बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक बनाने के लिए नहीं सोचा. हमने सोचा है कि एवीजीसी टास्क फोर्स, जिसको मोहित जी हेड करते हैं, आशीष जी के साथ मैं अपने मंत्रालय में आज से कुछ महीने पहले मिला था. मैंने कहा मैं उन मंत्रियों में से नहीं होना चाहता जिसने एक 200 करोड़ रुपए की इमारत बनाकर छोड़ दी और कुछ सालों के बाद खंडर बन जाए. मेरा प्रयास ये रहेगा कि हम अपने युवाओं के लिए वो करिकुलम दें, वो स्किल्स दें कि वो आज पढ़कर जाएं तो उससे पहले लाइन लगी हो कि हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट में आकर काम करें, हमारी संस्था का मान और गर्व बढ़ाने का काम करें. सो सोच और नजरिया बदलने की जरूरत है, हमें उस दिशा में काम भी करना है. And I see this AVGC sector, which is audiovisual, gaming, comics, all they have a greater role to play, animation and all that. And we have seen when Russell was talking about the Avatar and others, India is already have a lot of business as far as the post-production is concerned, creativity is concerned, IT-enabled services are concerned. But with the technology, it's not that what you have learned in those 4 years of your engineering or degree, I mean, you will live with that. No, you have to upgrade yourself. And the COVID, as he rightly mentioned, has taught us that you have to upgrade yourself, upskill, reskill. Not only you, but the others who are well established, they have to rethink, reset themselves. I mean, that was the challenge during the COVID times. And I'm sure we are going to provide such not only education but skills here in the Symbiosis Skills and Professional University. And also Mohit Soni ji and his team, along with other industry leaders who are sitting in the front row. I'm grateful that you have taken out your time. I wish I would have spent half a day here interacting with you. But unfortunately for people like me, I have to go back and then travel 9 hours again back to Himachal to attend the morning program in Himachal Pradesh. So unfortunately, I won't be able to stay back, but I look forward to a note on today's discussion, deliberations, whatever you do, and whatever you decide, I look forward to, go through that paper and decide in the ministry how we can, tie up with Symbiosis like institute so that it is not the government, but the other industry leaders should also come and be the partners as far as the skills are concerned in the media and entertainment sector. Rather than going through I think I have a long speech. If you want me, I can read it and go through this. I think I'll got another 10 minutes to go. As one of the fastest growing sectors in India, many job roles have emerged in this field. Whether video editing, color grading, visual effects, sound design, rotoscoping, 3D modeling, animation, and many others. It's a long list. We had officially designated audiovisual services as one of the 12 champion service sectors in 2018. The government has recently established, as I said, the task force headed by Mohit ji to create the world-class creative talent to meet domestic and the global demand. This will place a greater emphasis on positioning the Indian AVGC sector for service exports, co-productions, and the expansion of indigenous intellectual property and its consumption patrons in India and abroad. Many here who are also part of the ABC sector are already doing well, but we still have a lot of potential to make it big and get majority of the business from across the world to India. Moving on, you must be aware that India has chosen as the first ever country of honor at the Cannes Film Festival this year. No other country has such honor, but we were the country of honor this year. And the largest ever Indian official delegation to Cannes walked the red carpet with the pan-India flavor, not only the Bollywood, as they call Bollywood. I don't like this term of Bollywood, Tollywood and Hollywood, Collywood. But I think it should be Indian film industry. So the diversity was visible from various regions, languages, mainstream and the OTT-led cinema. Ambassadors from different regional cinemas were also included in the delegation, sending the signal to the world that India, which boasts of 25 regional film industries, has many different flavors and styles to offer in terms of film production. We had Mr. A.R. Rahman, Ricky Cage, Mame Khan, being part of this, not only as you call the hero, heroines in the layman's language, they were part leading the red carpet. Our focus, because if you look at the industry, if you talk to any producer who takes the majority of the revenue, is a male actor. Out of 100 crore rupees, he will take 70 crore rupees. Female actor may take another 15, 20 crore rupees. The rest will go to the others. Whereas others have put in more efforts behind the scene. Whether from the dialogues to the story writing to the animations to the post-production, you have no idea kind of efforts they put in to make them the stars. So India must look into these rather than going that big chunk of amount only to those who become stars, just out of the hard work of many others who put in their efforts. Not only when an actor gets an award, he calls others on the stage and say, thank you very much, but is not willing to share his income with others. May be able to share the limelight for certain few seconds. Few things must change if we really need the good talent as far as the other parts, which plays a very, very important role to make a film, documentary or short film. Those needs to change in this country. I think that's very important. Because if you look at the industry globally, they will invest more time on the script, dialogues, planning, and they are paid very well. I will love if I will be able to do something in that regard in Indian film industry. I would love to do so. Because that needs to change, but for that all stakeholders have to come forward. If we need to have talented youth to come and join this industry, take this as their career, they need to be paid. That kind of incentive should be there. नहीं तो कोई आएगा नहीं जी, नहीं तो सब सोचेंगे इंजीनियर डॉक्टर बन के दूसरी तरफ जाना है. जैसे खेलों में कहते थे, पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो हो जाओगे खराब. लेकिन उसको बदला है, सोच बदली. टॉप टू बॉटम अप्रोच के कारण प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी खिलाड़ियों से जाने से पहले बात करते हैं. टॉप स्कीम जैसी योजनाएं चलाते हैं कि उनको खेलने का बोर्डिंग, लॉजिंग, ट्रेनिंग सब खर्चा भारत सरकार उठाती है. 6 लाख रुपया जेब खर्च भी देती है. तब जाके भारत टोक्यो में 7 ओलंपिक्स जीतता है, पैरालंपिक्स में 19 मेडल जीतता है, डेफ ओलंपिक्स में 16 मेडल जीता है. 73 साल में पहली बार थॉमस कप जीता है, गोल्ड मेडल जीता है. और IBA वुमेन वर्ल्ड बॉक्सिंग चैंपियनशिप में तीसरे स्थान पर आकर देश आता है. निखत जरीन गोल्ड मेडल जीतती है, मनीषा मौन और प्रवीण हुड्डा ब्रॉन्ज मेडल जीतती है. क्योंकि पीछे बहुत कुछ बदलते हैं हम लोग सरकार के रूप में, पॉलिसी के रूप में, सुविधाओं के रूप में. सम्मान और सुविधाएं देने का काम किया. उसके बाद सोच भी बदली और कहीं ना कहीं तिरंगे का मान सम्मान भी खेलों की दृष्टि से. मेरे पास वो 2 डिपार्टमेंट हैं जो भारत के लिए सॉफ्ट पावर के रूप में काम करते हैं, सिनेमा एंड स्पोर्ट्स. इन टुडेज एरा, whether you make film in a regional language It is not limited to the region. From regional it goes to national, then to international level. Because good content is not restricted or bound by the language. It cut across the boundaries and make an international impact. So we need to have more focus on creating good content. That is very important. And I think the time has come for India to become the content hub of the world. We should become the content hub of the world. For that we need young people like you who understand the technology, who understand what is the requirement of today's viewers. It is not mere entertainment running around the trees and those filmy good songs, love songs and all that. We have seen that with the OTT platforms coming, a new set of programs are coming, short documentaries, feature films and all are coming. So that is giving a lot of options with the applications and platform being, made not only the film stars, the big stars, but it is on the application many do such acts who have millions of followers and they're already earning millions of rupees every month. That kind of revenue is being done. So I won't go into the details further on my speech, which will take a lot of time, but I just want to mention, I have 8-10 more pages to read out. So in the last year, IFFI, which is the International Film Festival of India, I took about 2-3 months before that, and it was just a month for me to start something. I said, why do a film fair kind of program? It is not for that. It is just to create a platform to give industry an opportunity to get the international players to come and do some business. Have partnerships rather than just an opening night and a closing night. So we also picked the 75 young creative minds of tomorrow, gave opportunities to those young brilliant minds who wanted to come into this sector but didn't have the opportunity. So we picked among thousands of applications those 75 young creative minds, arranged master classes for them. I'm glad many of them, they have already started working, many have started their startups. So it is not only skills, at times these kind of platforms also help you to give you more exposure, education and a network to build and create your net worth in the coming years. So don't miss this opportunity to interact with all these industry leaders. They won't come time and again. And after going out of the walls of this university or the campus, you may find it difficult to get an appointment with them in the coming years. Make the best advantage when they have come to your campus. Learn from their experience. And remember one thing, network is your net worth. It will always help you. Whether it is among students being in one campus or with such industry leaders among you, or with other students who come or faculty members come from other parts of the country or the world. So please don't forget that. You must also have heard of NFT, the non-fungible tokens, which are the blockchain dwelling certificates used to record the ownership of digital assets and enabling unique digital content. I would be happy to hear more about this from the young minds present today. I'm also looking at the sports and the I&B sector, how we can have the NFT, in that space we could do something. भाषण खत्म करने की चिट्ठी आ गई है कि फ्लाइट मिस हो जाएगी नहीं तो. So in digital world, let me just say this, that we have a lot of opportunities our way, we can do well. Swati ji talked about sports. I look forward to hearing from you how and what we could do in the field of sports. Dr. Majumdar talked about education system, how he started as a professor from the Ferguson College to this 45,000 plus students in the Symbiosis University. Salute to you, sir. And Rasul talked about how we can leapfrog, how we can learn from our rich heritage, rich culture, and how through the creativity we can cut across the borders, and with the rich content reach out to billions and billions of people across the world. They want to know about India. They want to know about the Indian culture, heritage. They want to know about the Indian society. We can create a lot of things through the rich content, through your creativity, and I'm sure you're going to do well. I'm also looking at the FTI and SRFTI, how we can utilize their services, the students. I want to give them more projects, more money, so that while learning, the Doordarshan department or other ministries should give them some projects, so that while studying, they should do such projects, earn, and startups. They have their own startups and become entrepreneurs from the FTII and the SRFTI as well. So I look forward if any one of you can help us to create those kind of startups here and the entrepreneur culture. When I talk about startups, even during the COVID time, there are 50 Indian startups who have turned unicorns. And in the last 7 years, it is 100 startups who have turned unicorns. So you can see what today's youth can do. You have to believe in yourselves, your creativity. अपने में विश्वास होगा तब दुनिया आप में विश्वास करेगी. और आत्मविश्वास, आत्मबल के कारण ही भारत आत्मनिर्भर बन सकता है. और मोदी जी ने जब कहा था आपदा में अवसर देखना है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाना है, मैं उस समय मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर फाइनेंस था. विद्या जी ने मुझे उस समय अपने यहाँ पे बुलाया, लेकिन मुझे वर्चुअली करना पड़ा. स्वाति जी ने बुलाया, मैं फिजिकली आ गया. लेकिन उस समय और इस समय में इतना ही अंतर है कि हमने केवल आत्मनिर्भर भारत के बारे में सोचा नहीं. मैं आपको छोटा सा उदाहरण देकर अपनी बात को समाप्त करूंगा. क्योंकि हमने पीपी किट्स नहीं बनाते थे. 10 लाख पीपी किट 2 महीने के अंदर बनानी, 1 महीने के अंदर हम बनानी शुरू कर दी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. 1 महीने में 10 लाख बनाते थे, जब एक भी नहीं बनती थी. वेंटिलेटर्स देश में नहीं बनते थे, यहाँ बनाने शुरू कर दिए. पीएससी ऑक्सीजन प्लांट ओवरनाइट खड़े करने शुरू कर दिए. फार्मेसी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड भारत बना. वैक्सीन हमने अपनी बनाई, और बनाई नहीं, 195 करोड़ वैक्सीन मुफ्त में हिंदुस्तान में लगवाने का काम भी किया है. ये आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाने के लिए एक छोटा सा उदाहरण दे रहा हूं. मैं लंबे समय तक बोल सकता हूं, नहीं बोलना चाहता. मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि भारत में बहुत क्षमता है करने की. शायद हमें अपने ट्रू पोटेंशियल के बारे में कभी पता नहीं चला, या हमें किसी ने एहसास नहीं कराया. और कुछ क्रांतिकारी भी होते हैं, रसूल पुकेटी जी जैसे, जो मन में पक्का करके चलते हैं कि हमें कुछ अलग से करके दिखाना है. आप सबने उनमें से बहुत कुछ अलग अलग किया होगा. और क्रिएटिव फील्ड में कोई भी होता है, उसको बहुत जल्दी कभी भी सफलता नहीं मिलती, उसको समय लगता ही है. इसलिए संकल्प लेकर चलिए कि अगर भारत को उस दिशा में आगे बढ़ाना है, तो स्किल्स के साथ साथ अमृत काल में भारत को विश्व गुरु बनाने की ओर ले जाने के लिए हम सबका योगदान क्या हो सकता है. जब आप इस 4 दीवारी से, इस कैंपस से बाहर निकलें, वो संकल्प अगले 25 साल तक आपके दिलो दिमाग पर रहना चाहिए. वो जज्बा, जनून, जोश होगा, तभी भारत दुनिया में तिरंगे का मान सम्मान सबसे ऊपर होगा. आपने मुझे बुलाया, आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय भारत.